brother. Ready?
We got to open them.
Maybe I will come.
No. I got it, brother. All right, I got it.
I get
You got it.
He a little tied up right now.
Yeah, the announcer is busy right now. To build positive experience, you and your viewers choose who can view. We don't need all that. There we go. We live.
Okay. All the way live by next time. All right, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites who come out week in and week out. The prophesy the downfall of this sinful kingdom called America, also known as the Babylonian scriptures. And first and foremost, before we get started, we want to give all praise to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son in their proper true names in the Hebrew tongue. Kal, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. All right, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Also to our elders as well down here in the Lions Den of Yasharala Camp, Area 1. Salutations to all the occupying the four corners of the earth, prison, and troops of the city. To date, we have a lesson, Lord willing, is edifying to the hopefully elect out there. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it.
All right, Shalom. We got a lesson that's entitled Lift Up His Voice and Wept. And we're going to jump right in. We're going to start at Genesis 27 and start at 38, brother.
This is Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
And that's Esau had just learned that Jacob had supplanted him and got the birthright, which was his by right by the father, Yahweh Shemashah. So he threw that temper tantrum and crying like a little baby because he wanted the birthright back, and which he wasn't going to be able to change because it wasn't his to begin with. All right, go to the up. Yeah, go keep going.
Verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be fattenings of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
So Esau was blessed with the sword, and what he done is conquered the world through the sword, through the blessing that he was given, but it was only for a certain time. You know what I mean? So
41.
Yeah, keep
Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said it in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
So in his heart and through his generations, he had that hatred toward his brother Jacob. He had that perpetual hatred, and he his plan was to kill Jacob and take the birthright any way he could, eat carnally or whatever way he could to supplant the birthright and get the birthright back. Okay. Yes, sir. Amos, who got Amos?
Come. This is Amos chapter 1, verse 11. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for three transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away punishment, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever. But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra.
So, Esau, that same sword that Yahweh Shemashah blessed him with, he's still pillaging, killing, and destroying to this very day. You know what I'm saying?
Verse 12.
No. Go to Malachi. Which one you want?
And also, part of that hatred was shown because going back to Genesis 27, where it said, when thou shalt have dominion, that yoke will be broken. That yoke was broken
and around 842 BC is when the Edom had a rebellion. And later on, after that rebellion, they were at aid to Babylon when Babylon came in and destroyed the temple in 589 BC. When they burnt down the temple and we were trying to get away, it was Esau that was pointing us out, trying to get the Babylonians to round all of us up because of that hatred that they had towards us from the womb.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in that time that their iniquity had an end.
Right, because there was supposed to be a stopping point where Esau was supposed to let up. But like the scripture that the brother that just came out, they showed no mercy towards us. So the Lord ain't got no mercy really lined up for them. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
All right, so and that, the scripture that was just read was my days of mourning my father I had hand. Right, but after that I shall slay my brother Jacob.
Right, and that same blood, blood defiled the land. So only way it's gonna be cleansed is through his blood being shed. So yeah, go ahead.
And that's why America's gonna be a big altar right here, because all the blood that Esau shedded here, his blood has to be shed here.
All right, this is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 3. And I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. All right. Whereas Edom say, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate place. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
Yeah, because Esau, he was locked up for 1,000 years, and then through the Renaissance he came back in power, and that's why he said they shall build up, but he's going to tear it down again, and it's going to be torn down forever. Go ahead, brother.
This is Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. So just like the brother Akar was saying, you know, they building up all these places and they want to be so lifted up. And the Heavenly Father says, though Esau lifts himself up, he exalt himself to the heaven, yet the Lord is going to bring him down. You know, his statue, his power, everything that he's built up here in Babylon, Basra, Chaldea, whichever word you want to go by, the Lord is going to throw down everything that Esau has ever built up. All the impoverished places, whatever he tried to do, the Lord's going to tear it down, because why? Anything that is of wickedness will not stand.
If I may add on too, because ultimately Esau feel like, this place is going to be under their rulership forever, man, according to Psalms chapter 49, verse 11, man. All right, they feel like the house is going to continue forever, but ultimately, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to bring this place down. Why? Because pride go before destruction, so they sitting on that high horse, hint to, going to be knocked right off of it, man. You know, so you're sitting on the pedestal that you set yourself on, and not actually sitting on what has been given to you, man.
Right, and also, and ultimately, how you tie Esau to the dragon in Revelation 12, because when did they try to build up? They tried to build up with the Tower of Antonia, Herod the Great. He tried to rebuild Edom because he knew those were his forefathers. His father was Antipater the Idumean, the Edomite. All right, so they've been trying to build, and then the western leg of Rome fell, the eastern leg of Rome fell after that. Then they went into the period of the what they call the Dark Ages when Jake was ruling, and they came out of the caves, and then now they're trying to build up again. You see the memorials all over the place.
Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. the noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing of horses, and of the jumping chariots.
All right, that bloody city that's referred to is America.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That bloody city is America, and
Yep, you got it.
Noel 3:1, Nahum. Woe to the bloody city! It is a full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
So, hey, this place, America, is full of lies and deception, false idols and false worship, and robbery and deceit. This country is founded on thievery and robbery.
That's right.
And deception.
Yep. And they say this place, the daughter of Babylon, openeth not the house of his prisoners. So the prey departed not. We still here. They brought us over in slavery. It's like overkill. They had us in slavery. They done killed our women and children, us 1,000 times over. Even to the point where they had civil rights. They claimed to let us out of slavery with the Emancipation Proclamation. And then you had the civil rights movement. Then look what they did to Wall Street, Black Wall Street. Look what they did to Mumia Abu Jamal in Philadelphia, where they bombed the houses. Look what they did with the Black Panthers. Now look what they're doing today. They still want more. It's like they got us with the money. So now they want power. Now they want to control us. Now they want to take our blessing. You see that? So it's like overkill. The prey departeth not. And we're the prey.
Right.
He said, I send you forth as sheep amongst wolves. Sheep represent prey. But our people walk around like they rule this place.
Like
that's
a sense of entitlement or something.
Sense of entitlement, because they call themselves black kings, or they call themselves Egyptologists. Well, we kings, but with that comes a responsibility. We're kings, but with that comes the King of Kings, who we transgressed against. So with that transgression comes punishment. And with that punishment should come humility. And that's not upon our people right now. So they walk around proud, just like our women. They walk around with stretched forth necks. That comes from the Egyptology mindset in Christianity. So the prey hasn't departed out of this place. They're trying to keep us trapped, even so far as to deepen that trap and dig us into a deeper hole called meta, into the internet, to trap your mind, man. So the prey we still have not departed from this place. But what did the Lord say if he catch a thief with what he stole in his hands? He's gonna destroy the thief. And that's why they call America the house of the thief. All right, so the prey departed not. We still here, man. But our people don't know that they're being preyed upon right now.
Back at Nahum, chapter 3, verse 2. The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots. Verse 3, the horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses. And there is none in of their corpse. They stumble upon their corpses because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the will-favored harlot.
All right, just like it says, hey, the noise of everything's still moving along, everything's still going along, but we got the so-called cops still doing killings. They still lifting up the sword to kill our people still to this day. Corpses everywhere. We probably walking around on corpses right now of our ancestors. We'll never know until that day.
And adding on to it, the ultimate sword, when Esau pull up with that, when all the nations basically destroyed Babylon with those thermonuclear missiles, when it's all said and done, because of the well-favored harlot, going back to Baal, Esau, he basically take the philosophies of all these other lands, going way back to Nineveh, during the time of Nineveh. That's what our Lord basically called America, Babylon the Great, because of all the same philosophies and the well-favored harlots that they've been worshiping way back then. Hence the name Jesus going back to Zeus, and the name Zeus going back to Baal.
Back at 4, because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts.
And that whore is Babylon the Great, which is known as America in the Bible. I mean, you know, in the scriptures, it's Babylon the Great, which is known as America. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Come, back at verse 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms they shame.
So the kingdoms they saying, yeah. So we at that point where Yahweh Shema Shai is exposing the truths that they hid. The truths has been exposed about this wicked nation called America in the race of Edom. You know what I'm saying? All the lies and all the false idols that they put forth, that Jesus Christos and all that is coming in. The truth is coming out and exposing all their lies.
Yeah, and also, that skirt being lifted up, it shows that America has not been true to their treaties that they made with these nations. You know, the deal that they made with Russia. So it's being exposed, all the lies, and that America has their hand in all the wars around the world. All right, just like the Biden, what's that, the pipeline? Right, so that's how all the things that Esau are being searched out. You know, they can't hide nothing. Everything they do, and they try to hide it, now it's being exposed. Everywhere they send their military in the world, now they're being cut off in those places. They're losing their power. What's the devil's power? Deception.
It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12. And it says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. So just further going into how Esau built this place, America, off the bloodshed of the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Wiping out millions upon millions of Native Americans, and then bringing in the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi to till the land, man, through harsh slavery and bondage. You know, and how the elder was saying also is that skirt being lifted up show how they don't keep true to their treaties, man. They broke hundreds of treaties with the Native Americans, man, the Gadites. You know, they engaged in a lot of backdoor deals, man, against our people. You know, just showing that this place was built on blood and iniquity, man, primarily against the Lord's chosen people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
And also, it said, woe to him that giveth his neighbor strong drink. That's twofold, because what did they do with the Native Americans? What they did is they took their land that was greatly easy to be cultivated and they could get resources from, and moved them into reservations in the desert and gave them alcohol. Alcoholism is one of the number one killers in the Native American community, man. Yeah, they get free health care and they don't have to pay taxes on the reservations that they stay on with the casinos, but still, it's like a failing system they were set up for. The land taken away, they were moved on the reservations, and they're supposed to move on with life like all that is good. Like, no, that's why we're here standing up for things like that. That's why we understand America's Babylon the Great. And what the word Babylon means confusion, man. And that's all America does is spread confusion throughout the whole earth.
And you would think that getting free health care and not paying taxes would be cool, but to get free health care, that means that there's a long waiting list. And also for no taxes, that means that everything on the reservation is higher to kind of fill that gap.
Yeah, to balance it out.
So to us, you know, a loaf of bread be like $1.50. To them, it's like $5 because there's no tax. It's more affliction upon the people.
This is Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And like Esau has a track record of afflicting, putting our people in captivity and just afflicting them. You know, as you can't find one good thing Esau did for our people. Our people go say EBT, they're gonna say Social Security, that's destroying our people. You know what I'm saying? The gift destroyed the heart. And they taking, the 2/3 of our people taking these goodies from Esau, thinking they in good case. Esau behind the thing, rubbing his hands like this, we got him. And y'all fall into the trap. And that's what it is. We're not supposed to trust our enemy Esau.
Hey, but they're gonna find out too, as Revelation 12 and 12 say, hey, Esau's about to come down with that great wrath. Right? Why? Because he know that he have a short time, man. By seeing these prophecies come to pass, also hearing these prophecies come to pass through the mouth of the prophets, man. So with that being said, Esau's about to show his true color, which is red, all right? And he's about to show those horns, you know, as they depict the devil to be, all right? Which is them being themselves, man. Hey, the devil being the biggest deceiver there is, man. So with that being said, hey, they about to come down with that great wrath and they about to show their horns, man. They about to put us in an uncomfortable situation where we, as they say, hey, don't bite the hand that feeds you shit. Jake gonna have to bite back, man. You know, they gonna have to bite. You know, so they finna find out.
The book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 12. It says, the wicked plot up against the just, and gnash upon him with his teeth. So again, the wicked, they still afflicting our people. You know what I'm saying? They still putting them through hell. They still gunning them down in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep. They plot against us. Meaning they set up policies.
Set up traps.
Yep. And their secret meetings, and secret society, they plot against us as a community. And then what? They gnash upon us with their teeth. Their teeth represents their military, taxes, the jail system.
Yeah.
With these jobs, when you try to get a job, you're the last one hired, first one fired. That's all part of the, Esau's teeth, man. Establishing their people and setting them up in high levels to where you always have a ceiling over you. Their floors becomes our ceiling.
Right. Blessing the covetous.
Right, blessing the covetous, right, blessing the greedy. That's right, man. So they gnash upon us with their teeth. That's the dog going by trying to lick the wounds of Lazarus. You know, making it worse.
And if I may add on too, man, hey, going back to like the elders say, the teeth, man, that's their might, that's their military might, man. All right, and also going back to the point where the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is lifting up their skirt, man, showing that America, Esau has no might, man. They don't have any teeth. Look at the representation of America, man. Hey, that ain't nothing but false human dentures, man. You know, so that's why you got these other nations standing up, seeing that, hey, that's no might. Hey, we got a military too. Hey, we got an arsenal too. We got nuclear weapons too. So, hey, that's why you seeing the weak saying that they are strong, man, standing up against this place, you know. Why? Because they have no actual might, man. They got a little fight on, they got a little bite, but they ain't got the whole shebang, man, as they say.
Man, these nations are calling America's bluff. David McCarthy just visited Taiwan. Well, no, the president of Taiwan came and visited a government official, David McCarthy, in California this past week. And with that visit, it pissed China off. So China started doing military drills, showing them flexing their muscles.
No, the military, it wasn't just a military drill. They did a military drill of an invasion. Like they did a mock invasion, surrounded the whole island of Taiwan, did the whole airspace thing. It was like, all right, yeah, that's cool. And then just
went back home.
And they did it right before it's supposed to be the Philippines, the Manila and the United States are supposed to be doing some big military drill next week, right? But they just did this flash mock invasion drill this past week to just to flex their muscles and call America's bluff. Because they said if America gets anywhere involved with the dealings with Taiwan, they're going to be met with force. And then Biden replied with the same thing. If China gets involved with anything in the annexation of Taiwan, they're going to be met with force. All right. Well, China called America's bluff, and then America responded with sanctions.
And then the whole thing that's happening with the de-dollarization, the sanctions ain't got no power no more.
Right. Hey, and then that's why Joe Biden is the perfect representation. Why? Because he's still stuck in the damn 30s, where he still think he still got his still might from when he was a young dude. Hey, America don't have that no more. Hey, this is not America the Great. Hey, that's why when Trump was in the office, man, hey, we got to make America great. How win again? Why? Because it's not great no more, man. It never was to be from the point, but hey, it doesn't have that status quo that it did before. All right, hey, this is a third world country that they're trying to build back up to be first world, man. You know, it's a wrap for this place. They done put the plug on this. They done put the plug on it.
All right, back at Psalms 37 and 13. All right, it says the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. All right, hey, so the Lord, hey, it says the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man. The Lord sees that his day is coming, man. Esau's kingdom is crumbling before our eyes, right before our eyes, and we seeing it with this economy collapse, right? It's getting ready to unfold, man. So, hey, the more and more that Esau's day is crashing, the more and more the righteous is being lifted up, you know?
And how Yahweh's gonna laugh through his men. Like on this earth, we see the end of Esau's kingdom and we laughing. Right. We see him falling down like an old man down the stairs. So we right here laughing at him, and Yahweh Shai is in the heavens laughing at him as well.
Right, and Esau sees that their kingdom is perishing, also by seeing us out here teaching. That
That's
goes
a
to
prophecy.
Revelation 11. You know?
And that's a great analogy. Esau, like America's falling like an old man, because an old man don't just fall and hit the ground. They try to stop it. They try to stop the fall of America by trying to prop up the dollar and prop up this economy, man. But it's not going to be successful.
Right, they call it circling the drain.
Circling the drain.
Biden's the perfect representation of America.
Right.
It's the old man fault.
You got one still with Robert.
This is the book of Jeremiah 49:9. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If these by night, they will destroy till they have enough. All right, so Esau won't stop until he's fulfill his bloodlust. Him even breaking his treaties that he set up for peace. He even he'll backdoor his own mother if it comes to whatever the hell he wants. You know, he'll do backdoor deals with other nations just so he could kill the top leader or whoever the fuck, you know?
They gain more power.
Yeah.
It's all about power now with them, man. It's like the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
It's all about power.
All right, this is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heap unto him all people.
God, so hey, since he been let out of the dungeon that he was in for 1,000 years, he came and been raping, pillaging, and stealing. Still to this day, he ain't had enough. He came over here and took this nation. He go over to every nation there is and set up garrisons, or what is it?
Yeah, Garrison, that's right.
And try to tell them how to police their own land. And he never satisfied.
Right. Esau thinks that gain is godliness.
God.
They have the doctrine of discovery. When they came over here, they felt like they discovered it. God gave it to them, and they displayed themselves as a godly nation when they really the devil. All right.
Because what it say? By wine, he transgressed by wine.
Right.
Because he got the book. He got the same book we got, right? Yeah. But he go against everything that's written in the scriptures. That's another sign to show who the devil is, who the deceiver is. He passed laws that go contrary to the laws of Yahweh Shema Shai on purpose to keep our people lost, following his ways instead of following their true power, man.
Right. Now wine also goes into the business deals that they do. And the demonocracy and Christianity, all the philosophies that they push.
And that's what they use to divide households. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why every continent on this earth has been Americanized, man. All right. That's why he put them to himself all nations. He wanted to show all the nations how to be American.
Right. Because hey, when he came here, what he come with, a Bible and a sword. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, like, hey, just to add on to that, just like that, the bishop just said, you love to heap it to yourself all people, man. And how he do that? You know, with his philosophy and his doctrines.
They got over 800 military bases spread in the demonocracy, man.
And the good old boy Southern incest Americans, so-called Caucasians, those are the real Edomites. Now, when you get further up north, like in the Boston and over there in England, they only started acting like that after the Victorian era, when they started speaking all proper and you have correct old English. No, that came after when they came over here talking all, that's my sister, she's mine. That's the true Edomite. Right? That's how they were in the beginning when they came out of them caves. Right. They started being more upright. They learned that from us. Right. They learned civilization from us. So that good old down the rebel flag, that's a true Edomite That's how they were when they got here. That's how they used to be over there in England. But after the Victorian era, that's when they started talking all proper and trying to act what they call civil. But it's just it's a phony, it's a fraud, bro. Because you can get the true Edomite out of an Edomite, bro.
Yeah, then you have the Wild West where they say there's gold in them hills.
Yeah.
Right.
What Tar Nations? Yeah. And that's another thing. Tar Nation, they're talking about us. That's why they used to call us Tar babies.
Yeah, right.
Anybody from over there in the West, over there in Europe, if they were poor, they can come over here and become rich. And the Spanish crown, they would back them.
So you
good, bro?
No, so you got all the poor people of Europe coming over here, being rich. So all the philosophies and all the mannerisms and all the traits that our people picked up from these people ruling are really just from poor people.
From thieves,
so they thieves and robbers. So they have a poor man's mentality.
That's the dust.
Yeah,
the dust.
Confusing.
The serpent was gonna dwell in the dust. So whoever follows after the serpent, they dwelling in the dust too. And they said their ways are so putrefying. When they were coming over on the ships, you could smell them miles away. And they, real quick too. They didn't even have pigs over here like that. The wild boar, they come from them. They brought it over here because it was like a fungus, and it like multiplied on their boats. While they was on the boat, the pig would have a lot of babies, and they would eat it, to feed their families and shit.
Baby backs.
Yeah, man. So that's how they got over here. Then the pig got loose over here, and it became a wild boar. Just like a lot of the stallion horses that are running free out there in the Utah mountains. A lot of the Mexican army, they didn't want to take those horses, so they let them run free. Yeah, man. So Esau came over here with nasty habits. They had syphilis and shit. They couldn't stand the heat in the south. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they came out of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, and they didn't have no resources or anything like that, man. I mean, you look at a true Spaniard and somebody from France, right? They still don't take no baths. They don't do none of that, bro. They still smell like. Go over there in Europe and see how it smells.
Hey, you got some Americanizing like Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis. They had this doc on TV and said, "Oh yeah, we'll probably take a bath like once a month."
Right, and that's some real stuff. And our people, I don't say they developed those traits, but they developed similar characteristics as Esau because our people respect power, just like women respect power, man. So Esau is in authority right now. He look like it, bro. Yeah. Esau is in power right now, and our people respect authority. So that's why they took on those characteristic traits, falling behind Esau because they're the ones in power right now. And what did they do? They had this poor man's mentality, but with the confusion that they spread, they were like, hey, we got something here. We could create this dollar, right? Because America really ain't been booming since the roaring 20s. And right after that was a Great Depression. But how did they disguise the depression of America? With the dollar. They disguised everything with the dollar because America ain't been booming since the roaring 20s. So when they pin gold to the dollar, right? They were able to manipulate these other countries. And then when the Nixon shot, right, they took away the gold standard, right? That's when all hell was set up to break loose.
Also,
All right, this is back at the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that thick clay is that the brothers was going into, man. And all these nations that was once in league with him, you know what I'm saying, they taking up that taunting proverb against him. And like all the Akia was talking about, they ready to get busy with America, man, and do away with it.
All right. And how did he increase that what was not his with the dollar, man? That's how Europe was able to steal all the resources from all over the world to use America as a hammer, and them swinging that hammer, and the head of that hammer was the dollar, man.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 23. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken, how is Babylon becoming desolation among the nations? So Bishop was just saying, man, Esau, through his military might, you know what I'm saying, that dollar has been the hammer of the whole earth, man, going around the whole earth, conquering and pillaging, you know, and oppressing and afflicting. But it says, how has the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken, man, because their power has been broken, you know, through the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. And also by way of this truth, being that battle axe, man, tearing down this place spiritually by shining that light, man, in the truth. Right, and it says Babylon has become a desolation among the nations because these other nations are seeing America. They seeing that America is not so great, man. It's not that facade that they have been portraying this whole time, man.
What is it? He looked like an angel.
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and of the Hagarenes. And it goes more to say of the other nations that are in alliance with Edom as well. But they have all formed an alliance against the nation of Israel, and it's clearly visible from the music that's pumped with our people, from the music that's pumped into the community of our people, from the gang culture, from the drugs, from the preying up on our people, from like the sports and athletics. You know, a lot of nations are recruited into sports and athletics and stuff like that, but they prey on our people because they know that they're in a lower state, and that $2 million a year is gonna, like, you know, sound really, really glorious unto them.
And there's only two sports really that our people don't dominate. That's NASCAR and golf.
Oh, actually, we do dominate.
And NASCAR.
Well,
yeah.
Huh?
And NASCAR.
I said NASCAR and golf.
You like running everything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess Tiger Woods can still be a staple for
and,
golf.
And NASCAR, what would I do? That was in the Daytona 500. And
Bubba.
They found nooses in his locker room.
Bubba.
Gone. He one of the best.
Gone.
Well, ain't nothing on sir.
Hey, but you know what's funny? Esau, they'll make up sports. They got some shit called extreme juggling. It's 5 on the court, and they juggle. You got to knock the other pin. Jake ain't finna. And if Jake, you do get into it, we gonna demolish him. But it just shows the wickedness of this nation to always go against our people, to always find innovative ways to put us down and to make us straight from the Lord.
And like the brother brung out, man, they are confederate against us. So not only is it the nation of Edom that's against us, it's all these other heathen nations that come against us as well. And like I said, they hid the name of Israel and took it out of our mouth, and Yahweh Shemel Shai through the Spirit gave it back to us, man. And we remembering it now. Now we standing up boldly, you know, because at first you wouldn't find a so-called black man calling himself an Israelite or anything to that standard. But Yahweh Shemel Shai has woken up his people in his latter days, because we see the end is at hand, man. We see the end is coming, and it's spoken that the prophecies is that we will speak out here and teach our people, and this would be one of the signs as the end is coming, man. You know what I mean? And that's what we gotta pay attention to. That's what we gotta look at.
Right.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 23:1. When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat, if thou be a man given to appetite. Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. And that was all what the brothers were talking about earlier. The 2/3 of our people, they got to get the bad mindset. They desire Esau's dainties. But you know what I'm saying? This is the bread that causes you not to be hungry again. You'll be filled the first time eating this, but they want to eat Esau's dainties. You know, like you go in the mall and they give you a little cube or something. That's all Esau do. He giving you a little cube or something on the toothpick. And you know what I'm saying? Gonna want you coming back once more.
And these are the ones that teach that type of philosophy that gain is godliness. That's why these are set up to be the teachers. That's why that scripture says the prophets have caused you to go astray. And these are some of the individuals that our people look up to in order to try to get that status, live that status quo lifestyle of that American dream, which is a nightmare that Esau has confused their minds with.
Right. Because the Lord got one entrance into the kingdom. So what Esau did, they said, I can't destroy the door or the entrance, so I'm going to put a billion doors around it.
I'm going to give them a whole lot of options.
So each one of those false teachers, they represent a door to lead you astray and to distract you from the one door, like on the Matrix.
Like on the Matrix when he went through all them doors to find the key holder.
Right. There's only one real door. The other one was distraction.
Gun.
The other ones are vanity.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So prepare slaughter for them, man. So no matter how much BS they try to pump and give to our people by giving them false teachers, like the brother was just saying, giving them people to look up to, the people to listen to on the radios and give them a good message. They get them to send money and then continue to feed more BS. They say prepare slaughter for them, man. They're the facilitators of all of that. They trickle down and they set up real life plans, game plans, man, like Cover 3 and shit. You know, they originating all that. They the game master of it. They say prepare slaughter for them, so they don't feel the face of the world with cities anymore, and that's gonna happen.
Yeah. The Lord gave them a free run to build all over the earth, but He got a stopping point. He said He appointed their bounds that they cannot pass. So all the way from, like you said, with Herod earlier, they wanted to go back and build the impoverished places or rebuild Edom on a whole really all around the world. They wanted to build up their nation. But the Lord said they got a stopping point, and that's the stopping point. So they can't build no more. They can't go around and be taking lands anymore, stealing resources anymore. Some days is done.
Verse 22, for he will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Lord. So it's not going to be any more of a remembrance of this devil. You know, it's not going to be no more of a impoverished state of our people anymore, man. He's not going to have no facilitating BS for our people to listen to, because that's not he's not going to have a foothold. He's not going to have a son to leave this wickedness to.
Yeah, they ain't going to build jails no more to put us in. They ain't going to build courthouses anymore to trap us in. They ain't going to build IRS buildings. They're not going to build these shitty behind apartment buildings that they try to trap us in called ghettos. They're not going to build any more projects. They're not going to build any more churches, any more Masonic temples. Everything they built is wicked, man. No more White Houses. No more slave houses, man. They're not going to build any more of that.
No more islands, man.
No more military structures all over the earth.
Okay, and just to add on to what the brother was saying, Yahweh Shemel Shai, how he preparing that slaughter with them ICBM missiles. He letting them build up all the wickedness that they want to do, all their weaponry, everything they want to set to go against him, and then he's going to destroy him. Period, point blank. And it's totally justified. He's preparing the wicked for the day of evil. And that goes for also 2/3 of our people as well.
Right, but how can you prepare the wicked if the wicked never trespass? So the Lord led us down our path, and the Lord leading Esau, creating their character into who they are.
Oh, shit.
So they be manifest and revealed that they're the devil. But he had to give them something to do so they'll be the devil. So what did they do? They put us in slavery.
Go ahead.
That's how that's done. You know what I'm talking about now.
This is Sirach. Back you up on your point, Zaquan. This is Sirach, chapter 33, verse 10. All men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them and made their ways diverse.
Right.
Some of them have he blessed and exalted, and some of them hath he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it as he at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render them as liketh him best. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly, man. So that's all it. What if the Most High willing to show his power, like how he lifted up Pharaoh, and he lifted up Esau the same exact way? So America had to be propped up like this. We had to go in the direction that we were going. We had to go down our path, just like Esau had to go down his path. Nobody can resist his will.
Can you imagine how was y'all showing up to destroy them while they was still praying in the mountains and the caves?
Right.
What? They wouldn't even be the devil at that point.
Right.
Because they haven't deceived yet.
Right.
See, the Lord had to send them out to deceive the whole world. Have them think that they're a godly nation when no, they're the slaves. They're the real slaves. They're the real black people. We're the real white people.
They're the real niggas.
Hey, they're the real ends.
We're the real blancos.
If I may add on too,
white going into holy, pure. You know, and black meaning what? Void. Void and dark.
Yeah.
Bottom line, they are no white, they are red.
But I'm speaking spiritually speaking. You know, they represent the dark side. We represent the light. White light. But that's another deception of the devil. Ricardo, you had a point, right?
Basically, just like the brother was speaking on, man. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua had to raise up Pharaoh in order for him to show his power, man. The same thing now. You know, 2/3 of our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true Israelites of the Holy Bible. The Father name being Yahweh, the Son name being Yahushua. Those are names we have to call on in order to obtain salvation, man. But with that being said, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, y'all ain't even seen nothing yet. He gonna have to raise Esau up even more, man. Why? Because y'all, I can't even say y'all, it's like 2/3 of our people feel like that, we can go hand in hand with the enemy, man. So guess what? He got to make them feel uncomfortable, man. As the analogy that one of the brothers brought out a couple weeks ago, all right? We're in that eagle's nest. The nest got to get prickly. It got to get uncomfortable so our people can jump out, all right? So with that being said, Revelation 12:12, the devil's about to come down with great wrath because he know that he have a short time, man. That rulership is about to end. So guess what? He got to have one last hoorah to bring as many down with him as possible, man. So with that being said, we finna go up and through there. We finna go through the jungle before we get to the garden, man.
And that's why, and that's the Lord. It's like,
just like birth pains. Just like birth pains, man. In 9 months, you get close, and then the woman feels the birth pains before she's delivered. And that's what we're gonna go through, the birth pains before the deliverance. That's the affliction that's coming.
And if you think about it from a spiritual sense, the Lord is telling us in the spirit the same thing he told Moses. I'm gonna send you in there to tell Pharaoh to let my people go, but I'm gonna harden his heart. That's Revelation 12:12. He's sending us as sheep amongst wolves, but he said, but the devil's coming down having great wrath because he know that he has but a short time. So the Lord is gonna make Esau get real rampant out here, man.
In the process of him getting rampant, cutting off TikTok so he can't run your mouth to tell his business about how you coming down on your ass in this city, man. So, just like in Chicago right now, they about to lay the hammer down up there. So guess what? They cut out TikTok. That was the first step, man. So it can go to all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and they want to cut all of it out, man. So with that being said, they doing this, doing that, and the third. They don't want none of that. Why? So they can try to knock off everybody's ass one by one, man.
Yeah, but Esau know.
I'm saying in Montana, TikTok is illegal now. It's gone.
It's gone. Also down here in the state of Florida too, at all universities, pretty much.
Yeah, and the reason they want to shut down TikTok because of China. China created TikTok to go against Google, YouTube, and all of that. You can go on TikTok and look up an address. You can look up all kind of stuff on TikTok now.
And even TikTok doesn't exist.
Yeah. That's deep, man. So it's another way, just like these other apps that they got, these delivery apps. When we driving all over the city, dropping off stuff, they basically mapping out the city of Babylon. They're using these apps to map out this whole city. So, and America knows that. So that's why they want to shut down TikTok to take away the power from China. That what's it called? Hacking?
Yeah.
You know, to be able to surveil. There you go, surveillance from China.
Yeah. And they really want to have it. They want to have it set up like how they have it. They say it's very hard to get away with a crime in England because of their surveillance system. They can use if you're on your phone during the time of a scene of a crime, they can go into your phone and see what your phone was able to see at that time. It's kind of like the cameras are always on. So they got cameras everywhere, And the surveillance cameras that are used by these stores and everything like that, they're able to, all that shit is on the one grid, bro. And they're able to see everything that go, that you remember the show Big Brother? Where they had the cameras there? It's just like that in Europe.
Yeah, they said the phone never really cuts off.
Even if you take the battery out.
Even if you take it out, they can do it. Battery too?
Surprise! Got me.
This is the book of Proverbs.
Wait a minute, cut the camera.
All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, and verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Con, and hey, you can sing Kumbaya, and you can think y'all buddy and Esau your best friend, but guess what? At the end of the day, y'all can jolly on to destruction yourself, because he ain't gonna be spared. And I just bring that out because the brother that brought out the scripture, and I want to bring that out and add to it. Okay. So like, yeah, and that's what it is. Hey, you may think that he's your friend or he whatever, but like we said, never trust thy enemy. You know, so hey, that's the law.
This is Acts chapter 12, verse 21. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them. And the people gave a shout, saying, "It is the voice of a God, and not of a man." And immediately the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not Yahweh the glory, and was eaten of worms, and gave up the ghost. And that's exactly what's going to happen to Esau and these heathen nations and 2/3 of our people, because they think that Esau and these heathens are the Lord. Right? They think that they have power.
Yeah, they'll raid America and go.
Oh yeah, they'll raid America in that nice apparel.
America didn't give the Lord the glory.
Nope. Oh, wait a minute. You say you got worms on the inside? Let me get Isaiah 14.
And immediately the Lord, the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not Yahweh the glory, and was eaten of worms.
Right,
and gave up the ghost.
All right, this is I can bring this out.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, and stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up the kings, raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nation. All right. It says, all they that speak shall say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worms is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. And that's it. So that's was that Agrippa?
Yeah, that was Agrippa.
That was a Herod Agrippa that happened to. And I was right after he had spoken to Paul, when Paul was brought to the council of Agrippa. All right. So when that, so if you can see it spiritually, that's what's happening in America. Because Esau led the charge. It's not the land of America. It's the inhabitants of this place, man. And if this place was a setup for us to go through our captivity and get our deliverance, man. So it has to be ultimately destroyed because of the amount of bloodshed that was put here.
This place is America.
Yeah, I got a quick one. This is Proverbs 8 and 13. I just wanted to bring this out, man. This is a clear description for me of a definition of who Esau really is. And we all know that the word was given into the hands of the wicked. But this is Proverbs 8 and 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy. The evil way and the forward mouth do I hate. Man, that's Esau all day, man. That's the same people that oppress us, man. That's that Caucasian privilege. But I want to jump over real quick just to back that up with Proverbs 3 and 33, because we know the word was given into the hands of the wicked. So this is Proverbs 3 and 33. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesseth the habitations of the just. So we're here, man, in the world of Esau right now, man. Esau run the world, man, and the Lord has curses in the house of the wicked, man. So it ain't no way out of these curses, man, without the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh doing salvation.
And Slakia. And the ultimate blessing that he gave us is his truth. He gave us back our heritage and our understanding of our power. You know what I mean? So go ahead, buddy.
Con, this is the book of Job, chapter 8 and verse 22. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught.
That's what's happening right now. Hey, Esau's history is coming into light, and it's filled with shame. So they come up with that critical race theory and all these things to hide the past things that they've done. But Yahweh Shema Shai is exposing all these things. The Devil's Punch Bowl, I think that was like in Georgia somewhere. All these things is being exposed. Oh, South Florida? Con, thank you. All the wicked atrocities that they have committed is coming to pass, man. It's being exposed for what they really are. They are the devil, the deceiver, the robber. You know what I'm saying? The rapist and the criminal of the whole earth.
And can you get mad at him? Nah, because that's the way the Lord made them, man.
What is it?
Actually, you get happy because they're doing a really good job at their assignment. Esau understand the assignment. Our people don't.
This is the book of Psalms 35 and 7. It says, for without cause have they hid from me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul. And that's what Esau is still doing to this day. They're still trying to dig these pits, still trying to catch our people in the net, still trying to keep them in a trap so they won't be, condescending to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep them far away from each other, man.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we got to bring that power.
Verse 8, it says, let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he have hid catch himself. And to that very destruction, let him fall. So that same very net that Esau is placing upon this earth for our people, all right, he's going to be caught up in it as well, all right? But it's going to be upon his own head, and it's going to be 10 times worse than what he done to us, all right?
You got to preach up.
They say let his troubles come upon him unawares, man. Hey, like with that being said, man, hey, not only is America going to get surrounded around about by militaries, man, but also it's getting surrounded around about by the way of these plagues too as well, man. By famine, pestilence, all right. You got in New York and New Jersey right now, the two major ports. Two of the major ports that we have in America, man, they're not even having anything shipped out, man. They don't have enough workers at the ports, man. Also in Chicago too as well, man. They're not having anything being shipped out, all right. So with that being said, that's why the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Ezekiel 5 and 16, also 4 and 16 says he's going to stop the staff for bread, man. And you go into that word staff means the import, all right? So as you see, hey, the import is starting to slow down, man. And you got boats off the coast of California that ain't even being, they not even being docked and having all the goods brought off of them too as well, man. You know, hey, places being flooded, crops being flooded, you know.
All right, precept. Backing up the point, the point that Amawar made, all right, because they've been setting traps since the beginning, all right, but the Lord got a trap for them. This Jeremiah 50 and 24. I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. What did he just read? He said, make them fall into their pit, set a trap for them unawares, man. So the Lord is setting them up for the okie doke, and they don't even for the flim flam, and they don't even see it coming, man. The Lord got him so slick with it, man. He's the slicker of all slickers. So he created Esau. So you don't think he ain't gonna take up a proverb against the king of Babylon to destroy this place, man?
All right, this is the book of Psalms 137, and I'm gonna start at verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who saith, raise it, even to the foundations thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
Yeah. Hey, God. Hey, that's how the other nations are too, man. Hey, happy shall they be, all right? Hey, because they're going to get the same reward that Americans have been giving them, plus some, man. You know, hey, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You think they don't want any payback, man? Hey, what it is, little boy and fat man, if I'm not mistaken, correct. All right, with those two bombs. So guess what? They got the Moab, mother of all bombs. Hey, Satan 1, Satan 2, the Sarmat, the Persevat. Hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Hey, as the brother Canuck was just reading, Jeremiah 50:24, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, hey, has laid a snare for thee, man. And thou art also taken. Why? Because your gift is the sword, and your ass is also going to be destroyed with the sword, man, which is your but hey, your gift that you have is going to be the gift that you destroyed with, man. You know? So by you thinking you got all this might, got all this power, hey, that same power and might is going to be your destruction, man. Pride go up before destruction, so that high horse that you got yourself sitting on, and you're going to be brought down low, man. You know?
All right. This is back at the book of Psalms. I'm going to start at 137. I'm going to start at 8 again. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us.
Con. Hey, so look, we supposed to be happy. We supposed to be cheering. We see the downfall of this kingdom. They was cheering when we fell. They was there to catch us when we was trying to get away. Look, when this place go crumbling down, we're supposed to be happy.
Right.
When
we cheer, they call it hate speech.
Yeah. I'm doing too much.
I said when we cheer, they call
Yeah, when we cheering, we but guess what? We supposed to be happy at the downfall of our enemies.
That's right, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's the day we all hoping for. We hoping and hoping we see that day. Even the prophets of old, they was hoping. That was their prayers to see the downfall of our enemies, man.
Right. The Lord told us to lift up our voice upon the high mountain.
Con. And that part was saying how raise it. That was in like 589 BC when Babylon destroyed our temple. And they were chanting, tear it down to the foundations, tear it down, tear it down. Well, that's how we gonna be hollering when we get beamed up in them chairs. Tear it down to the fountain. Remember that? Raise it. However you say that in the Hebrew, that's what we gonna be saying all the way to them chairs.
It was a little bit after 586.
It was like 586, like water.
It was actually after. So it was after they took Zedekiah, and then that's when Nebuchadnezzar had Edom come in there and burn down our temple around a little bit after 586, around 580, a little bit later. All right.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, and verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given to him a great sword, you know, going into Esau, that blessing that he got from Isaac, being that great sword. He had these devils first coming to power by way of the Greek Empire, Alexander the Great, split things with his 4 generals, you know what I'm saying? Trickling down to the Roman Empire, trickling down all the way to America today. You know, that pair of balances that they had in verse 5, being slavery, us in captivity, twofold, because now they're trying to put you in an even greater captivity with that new sword. And the sword can be anything from a ICBM to a small little grain of rice.
Oh, the balances, yeah.
Con.
The balances, yeah.
This is Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine the vain things? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. And Esau exalted himself as the eagle. He's under derision. But this is what's about to happen. Verse 5, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and bash them with his sword of displeasure. And that's what's going on. The Lord's condemning this wicked place. He's tearing it down. He's lifting up his men to condemn this place, to shine his light on it. And that's just what it is. But they're going to fight. They're going to keep fighting until the Lord wins. And they have no choice but to submit unto that righteous authority in captivity. Oh, yeah.
This just to back up your point, what you said earlier. Akkad, this is Revelations chapter 12, verse 8 or 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before Yahweh day and night. So I just brought that out to back up the brother Akkad, you know, because we're going to be rejoicing whenever the accuser of our brethren has been cast down. You know, and all of his princes and all of his devices against us, it's all going to be cut out in the same time. So it's not going to be no more of that foothold of Esau's hold in the earth anymore. God.
This is Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. It says, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, let us rise up against her in battle. So again, an ambassador has been sent to Edom, meaning a message. And that message is a message of what? Esau's downfall. And it says, what? Sent among the heathen. So all these other heathen nations, they're now getting on one accord to come against the nation of Edom. It says, arise. Let us what? Rise up against her in battle. So these other nations are getting to a point to where they're getting tired of Esau's tomfoolery, and they're now linking up together. Rather trilateral deals, they're now doing bilateral deals. They're bypassing America. You know, they're getting their nuclear arsenal, their nuclear capability, their military capabilities up. You know, once upon a time you had on the earth, Esau was the only one that had access to nukes like that. But now you have Russia, you got China, you got Korea, you got Taiwan, you even got the Philippines. You got all these other nations getting their arsenal up to come against this place, to burn this place with fire, as it is stated in the scriptures.
This is Joel chapter 3, starting at verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Hey, as the brother Nicole was just speaking on, man, you got these different militaries, these different countries, North Korea, Iran, Russia, China. Hey, they're coming up against America saying, hey, they basically saying I'm strong now. You ain't the only one with the old mighty uppercut. Hey, they coming with the same thing, man. You coming with uppercuts, they coming with hooks, man. You know, and they coming with jabs, you know. Hey, so it's always a way around it, man. You know, so with that being said, they're not the only one. A couple months ago, hey, Iran put up their uranium source to like 20%, hey, which is used to create these nuclear weapons, man. You know, hey, China equipping Russia, all right? Hey, China backing Russia, North Korea backing Russia, hey, and these are the main countries that Americans, hey, quote unquote, scared of, that they don't want any problems with, man.
And then Bangladesh is about to pay Russia, a Russian nuclear firm in yuan, in yuan, Slovakia. So that's just an example of the brother in the car bringing out the bilateral deals that they're doing. They don't have to go. America is the glorified middleman. They don't have to go through America no more. They can just pay who they want to pay directly in a different currency.
Right, now they can go trilateral.
Yeah.
You have to fix that.
Trilateral deals, meaning, you know, instead of them dealing through America, like the brother Zariah was saying, America middleman, and they're doing, as it says, trilateral deals. They're trying other things or other ways to deal than dealing with America, and it's working. But they're actually doing business with each other.
Right. Basically, to sum it up, bilateral means two sides. And trilateral means more than two.
Right.
So now they're going more. So if you move outside of the bilateral deal with America with the dollar and such, they would go to war with you. But now people are able to move outside of that bilateral deal, and they're able to go trilateral through these different cryptocurrencies and different backings like the yuan. They back their currency by oil and gold now. So now they can do deals with the other nations with leverage from the cryptocurrency. So now they can go trilateral.
Hey, just to speak on that, like there was an article I saw last week in regards to Honduras. Now we know Honduras is more so, it lines up with the children of Israel, the northern kingdom, the Hispanic tribes, the so-called Hispanic, his of Spain. But with the wars that's going on, especially with China, because like how Russia is to Ukraine, China is to Taiwan. Taiwan and Honduras has a partnership. So China basically are doing deals and making partnerships with Honduras, all right, which, you know, they jump in the gun, so to speak, like that trilateral, so to speak, you know, not that first layer, but even that second layer, you know, of countries.
Yep, building up the proxy nations. They help these stronger nations are helping to build up these third world countries, helping the weak say they're strong. Just like in Ezekiel 38, where the Lord gave the power to Russia to equip all these other nations with extreme technology. So now the weak can say they're strong, not only in military might, but also in economy.
This is a quick little from that article. It says Honduras has formally established diplomatic ties with China and served them with Taiwan. So they'll do China's bidding through Taiwan. You know,
there you go.
Through a leg of China,
just like Africa with Russia. but not the 10 horns. Nobody want to deal with their ass. They said they're gonna try to clean the other nations, and the other nations not gonna accept them. Look how Saudi Arabia. Look how they do in America. Look how what's that country that deals with France? South Africa. Every time you cut on the news with South Africa, you see them cussing Macron out.
Yeah.
They always cussing him out.
Right? Yeah. Real. That one dude, he said, Biden, no good here. No. Putin can come here. We will protect him. We will not let you arrest him. I'm talking about they went off. Yeah. Talking about America better not bust now move.
Hey, come on. Hey, that's how they gonna be for us, like that one Hamite at the landing, man. I will do this for you. That's how they standing up for Russia, man. Hey, all jokes aside, though, man. Like real talk, man. Hey, that's how these other heathens gonna be subject in the kingdom, man. They'll be really, why? Because they know that we're gonna have their back in the righteous way, man. Esau been doing all this not wickedly, rather, you know. Hey, so with that being said, when the wicked rule, the people mourn, man. Hey, so with that being said, they seeing like all the atrocities that the elders spoke about earlier, man. So that's why they cutting ties with America.
Hey, you seen that video of them Russian soldiers, but they was Africans dancing?
God.
Yeah, dancing and shit.
Wasn't Putin dancing with them?
Probably.
No.
Hey, even in China, they having the kids in school learn different African languages, man. You know, the countries that they have African ties with, they got the students learning African language, man. So they moving quick, man.
What America over here doing?
Now, TikTok.
Getting famous on Instagram. Booty shaking. Killing each other in the street for money. Just now in 2023, getting hooked on heroin and Trank, and what's the other one called?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl, yeah. 2023, you still got crackhead.
Yeah. New age crackhead. Functional crackheads. It's like cool to be a crackhead now.
Right, and all the people over here in America, they turn it LGBT, you know.
Yeah.
All right, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 24. It says, I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, said the Lord.
Right, and what did they do in Zion? You know, the scriptures say Israel is a people before it's a place. So what did they do in Zion, man? Especially in our land in 70 AD, what did they do? They burned it down to the ground. You see that? And they tortured our people. They starved us out, had us eating. When they laid siege against us, they had us eating the leaves off the trees and the leather off our boots, the cowhide. And then they tortured our women. Look what they did to us in slavery. So everything they did to Zion, which represent the government of Israel, the Lord gonna do it unto them double time. But the thing is, we more powerful than them. So when we do that, when we do the judgment to them, they ain't gonna be able to handle it. Just like an alloy in the midst of a furnace, it'll melt. And that's what Esau gonna do. They're gonna melt. Now, us, we the gold, so we're gonna stand through the fire. You see that? But Esau ain't gonna be able to stand what we bring it to him. After 1,000 years, it's gonna weaken them to the point where they're gonna be basically off the earth, man.
Right. They lose a job, they jump out a window. Lose jobs every day.
We're gonna beat them down so bad to a pulp, man. The Lord said we're gonna burn them up in the kingdom, man.
I appreciate it.
That's right, man. We're gonna be torturing them in the kingdom, man. And this is real. Same thing they did to us. Maybe it's not in your heart to do it, but the Lord said you're gonna do it according to His anger. And He said those that will not with the sword.
Cursed be those that hold their sword back from blood.
Right. So they're gonna be. You'll be cursed if you hold back your sword from blood. So today, should we go out cutting off people's heads? No. We come out here with the sword, which is that Bible. So you're cursed if you hold back your sword from blood, man, from fighting. The Lord said, "Fight the good fight of faith." So this is our weapon of war. So you're cursed if you don't fight the battle today, and you're gonna be cursed in the kingdom if you don't issue out that judgment that's supposed to be issued out to these nations.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
Right.
Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah.
So just like we had to drink of that cup, they're gonna have to drink of the cup of the Lord's wrath.
Right, slavery.
You know what I'm saying? The same thing. Everything we done, they're gonna get double, and ain't no way out of it. Ain't no way they're gonna get their neck out of that noose.
Can I bring a precept out for you?
Let them finish. Go ahead.
It's an interjection on that.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 51 and 22. Thus saith the Lord, and thy power that pleadeth the cause of his people. Behold, I have taken out of thine hand the cup of trembling, even the dregs of the cup of my fury. Thou shalt no more drink it again.
Right, we ain't gonna be able to drink it again because the Lord gonna make us perfect. The Lord said He's gonna wipe away every tear. There's not gonna be any more death, and we're not gonna sin anymore. You see that? So we're not gonna drink that cup of slavery ever again. We went into so many captivities under the Babylonians, the Assyrians, under the Persians, under the Arabs. You see that? And especially under the Caucasian race today called Edomites. So the Lord said that's the end. Their end is our beginning. The end of the world is through Edom. And the beginning of the world is through Jacob.
Right. Verse 23. But I will put it in the hand of them that afflict thee, which has said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over, and thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the street to them that went over. So basically, they just walked all over us, man, and we just you know how they used to throw their jacket down, so the lady wouldn't have to walk in the puddle. That lady is American, and that jacket that was being thrown down is us, man, and they walked all over us, man.
Yeah, and Jacob let them walk all over them today. They don't care. He said, if you stand up for nothing, well, you'll fall for everything. Our people don't want to stand up. They'd rather stand up with a gun so they can destroy each other. This is the way we stand up as a nation, upon a strong foundation whose name is Yahushua, a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah that they killed in 37 AD. And he is the true Messiah, the true king of our nation. That's the only reason these heathens were able to treat us the way they did, because our king is not here. But once our king arrives, your ass is grass.
He the lawnmower.
Right. There ain't nothing we can do about it, because we got punished, so they're going to get punished. Yes, we do have a Father in the heavens, the Father of lights, the Father of spirits. And He got children on this earth. And these people touch the apple of the Lord's eye, and they got to pay for that. They can get mad at the messenger, or they can be mad at the Creator.
Come on.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah,
okay, this is backing up the older, this is Isaiah 46 from the top. Baal bowed down, Nebo stopped their idol, were up on the beast.
Right, so Baal stooped down, and Baal bowed down, and Nebu stupid. Who is Baal? Baal. Today they call him Jesus or Zeus. Back in the day it was called Baal, which basically goes into their idol worship. You see that? And then you had Nebu, which was an idol that Nebuchadnezzar worshiped. Nebuchadnezzar, the Babylonians. So those two idols, the Lord already destroyed them, right? Go ahead.
And upon the cattle, your carriage were heavy, loaded. They are burdened to the weary beasts.
Right. So all of these idols, they just a burden to the weary beast. If you used to use cattle to carry those idols around, they just wearing out the beast. That's it. Just like today, they just wasting gas money by transporting a picture of Caesar Borgia, which the Lord is a so-called black man, but they got him up as a so-called Caucasian. They just wasting space and time and energy for the people that clean it. It should be in the trash because it's not true. Then you got the Easter Bunny. Then you got all these other idols. You got the cobblestone. Whatever you can think of, all these idols, they just wasting space, time, and money. And lives, man.
And it speed up the time with concerning judgment.
That's right.
It bring the judgment closer.
Yep. The closer you are to the idol, the closer you are to being judged.
Isaiah 46:2.
Right.
They stoop, they bite down together.
Right.
They could not deliver the burden.
They can't deliver the burden.
But themselves are gone into captivity.
Right. Even they're gonna go into captivity, meaning being destroyed. Right. So even that's gonna go into captivity, and they went into captivity with us. In slavery, our people were worshiping these idols. But the Lord said He's gonna destroy their idols and the makers of these idols, man.
Can I continue?
Yeah, it's a point. So
yeah, that was the point. But I would like to continue on this.
Not the whole thing, though. Huh? Not the whole thing.
No.
Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 46:3. Hearken unto me, O house of Jacob.
Right, the house of Jacob, and this ain't about color. We're not the Black Panthers. He's talking to the house of Jacob, the house of Israel. We got people all over the world, in Ireland, in England, in China. See, it's not just about the Caucasian race and our people, man. That's how vocab try to make it seem. When he say the Gentiles, he'll talk about them. What about the Chinese? What about the Africans? You see that? So our people are scattered amongst all nations. But you got to be from that bloodline of these foundation of people, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. If your bloodline doesn't go back to that, then your ass is grass, once again.
O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly.
Right, right. See, and even that, the word amen. You heard them say amen? Amen goes back to Ra, or Egyptian god. See, now we know why the energy is over there. Now we know why they didn't speak to us. See that? Now we know why we don't have no friends out here. We get it. We get it. We get it. Go ahead, brother.
This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 3. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. So a man is not going to be established by wickedness. As we see Esau, it's not going to be established by wickedness. And 2/3 of our people, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, they won't be established by wickedness either.
Right, they won't be established by Christianity.
Yeah, come on.
Christianity is not going to get you anywhere. Look where it got our people. Now they caught up in the letter movement. From A to Z, L, G, B, Z, L, R, X's, all the letters you can think of. And it started in the tambourine churches. Remember that? The choir churches. Look at him looking all twisted and moving all a little funny. Now look, they done broke out the closet like Incredible Hulk.
Proud.
Yeah.
You better not say nothing about him.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 14.
Right, it's gonna get them nowhere, but they over there boasting it.
Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? The young lions roared upon him and yelled, and they made his land waste. His cities are burnt without inhabitant.
Right. So, were we just made to go through this? Are we a homeborn slave? Is this our life? This is why we here on this earth? Well, if you ask the Mormons, they seem to think so. They think so. They say, hey, they the Canaanites. Keep them in bondage because they dark skinned. They deserve it. Remember Noah cursed them? No, that wasn't us that Noah cursed. Noah cursed Ham. Ham is the father of the Africans. Our people love to call themselves Africans. See that? But we ran into Africa after 70 AD. We're the Israelites. We're the true children of Yahweh. And his son Yahushua is our big brother. You see that? He's about to return. So we're important people. We're important people, but we got to acknowledge our responsibility. What's that? Keeping the Lord's laws, not talking to another man's wife, not eating pork, not eating lobster and shrimp, all these foods that cause our families to have diabetes. And we lose our parents by the time we turn 40. You see that? They call it a generational thing, but really it's generational habits, generational sin, generational curses that keep falling on our people because they stay in the same habits, man. All right? So to break out of this captivity, we can't go fight these other nations. We have to fight ourselves first. We have to fight the man in the mirror. But mindset. And you ain't gonna beat yourself up.
Come back to the laws. Come back to our laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. To our ability.
That's right, man. So we gotta start with them. We gotta start with our nation, building ourselves up.
I got one on the point you were speaking
Yep.
of.
And if we can help each brother have a little bit of faith, as small as a mustard seed, we can tear down their mountain.
Right.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye shall do so in the land whether ye go to possess it.
Right.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations,
right,
which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. God, and just going into how, man, we are important people, the Lord's chosen people that he set above all of the nations on the earth. But with that comes responsibility, man. He told us to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and the things written therein in this book and to do them, because this is our wisdom in the sight of these other nations, man. But you can clearly see 2/3 of our people, man, they'll claim that they believe in the Lord, you know what I'm saying? But they don't want to keep the things written in this book, man.
Right.
You know, they want to pray to these false gods and these false idols and claim themselves to be Christians and so on and so forth.
Hypocrite, right?
You know,
So you're calling them hypocrites.
Yeah, they're basically hypocrites.
I'm trying to understand the motive because it's convoluted. Because I'm trying to understand. Am I being attacked? Am I not being attacked? Am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to walk away? Am I supposed to like ignore you guys? Am I supposed to, like, I don't understand the message. It's back and forth.
That's the Lions Den, man.
Yeah, and that's where I'm like.
See, this is chess, not checkers.
Right.
See, checkers is an easy game to understand and it moves fast.
But it's also complicated too.
It can be, but it's easy. My children play that like nothing. Chess is more complicated.
My children play chess also.
But the main thing about chess, right, is not about me winning against you. It's about me losing or winning and learning about myself.
It's humility.
You got it? So
Yeah,
you call that?
it's humility.
So it's not about attacking you. You see that? You see that? So the attacking you is out the window. We ain't dealing with that.
Well, that's fine.
We are here to better ourselves.
That's where I feel. You know the feeling of like not knowing what's going on. That's why I have.
I know.
And I see that, and I'm like.
Is that an attack?
I don't feel that for you guys. I don't feel that for anybody. That's where I'm me personally. I'm
Right.
just like,
Yeah. Is this an attack on you?
no.
This is an attack on us.
I fear like that I feel fear.
Yeah.
That's all I feel. And that.
But then that goes into Revelation 11. Somebody get that? Revelation 11. Check this out. This is all spiritual.
Yeah.
You got some groups that come out and attack, but our job is to we're gonna tell you your judgment.
This is my first experience.
Oh, cool.
Revelation,
That's cool. Go ahead.
It's Revelation chapter 11, verse 8.
Somebody got that spectacle to the world.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right. So our dead bodies, meaning these people, right?
Yeah.
The ones that went in slavery, you still had the Native Americans too. You know, on the other side.
Right.
We were spiritually dead, and we were in this city. The great city in the Bible represents America. They also known as the daughter of Babylon, spiritually. All right, I'm breaking it down for you so you understand. Go ahead.
Which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt.
So it's spiritually called Sodom. Remember, no, it's cool. It's cool. No expectations of privacy in public. So that's why they call it the public. But he said this place is spiritually called Sodom. We just said that, A to Z.
Okay.
And Egypt, the same place where we was in bondage at in Egypt during the times of Moses, same thing. Remember you see on the back of the dollar what they got, the pyramid.
That's politics. I mean, that's not.
No, I'm talking about the
nothing you
same
can really control. I mean, unless you
Egyptian.
actually stand up and cause an uproar. But I mean, that's the only thing you can really do to.
What? Yeah, what do they have in DC? The obelisk. You see what I'm saying? So it's all from Egypt. So it's the same mindset. All right, pagan idols, pagan worship. All right, idolatry. Go ahead.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, and the Lord said He's going to deliver us from the second Egypt. This is it. Go ahead.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Right, this is where the word crucified goes into Xing out. So this is where they did away with the Lord. They even said we couldn't read here. But what does Revelations 1 and 3 say? Blessed is he that readeth. You see that? But if we read in the past, we will be hung on nooses. You see what I'm saying? We couldn't read books. You touch a book, you die. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues.
Whoa, and they of the people, but we couldn't read, mind you. Go ahead.
And kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half.
350 years, that's what that represents. 3 days and a half, go ahead.
And shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right, so they didn't allow us to find any rest. To be put in graves is when you lay a dead to rest. Remember, we were spiritually dead, but we didn't find any rest, meaning the Caucasian race, all these nations, they didn't tell us the truth. They let us walk around in slavery, called us black, called us nigger, jigaboo. Go ahead, brother.
I wouldn't necessarily you're spiritually dead. You're here now.
No, but we got people that call themselves black.
Okay.
They call themselves African.
Okay.
So spiritually, according to the spirit of truth, they're dead. Instead of being alive with the truth. You know about the Bible says, once you have the truth or light, you're alive. If you're not, you remain in the congregation of the dead, meaning spiritually dead. You don't know the truth. So our people don't know who they are. So they're spiritually dead.
I see what you're saying.
You get it? You get it?
Yeah. So it's just, the way I see it is, you have the choice
Believe
whether
in
or
his
not to be open to what people say. Period. Right?
Yeah.
So if somebody says one thing, and somebody says another thing, you have the choice to go against what they say.
Fair
all
enough.
the time.
That's fair.
So
that's what we out here to debate.
I think that's the light that I think what you're talking about.
Yeah, he said
it's just the choice of being open to what people have to say.
Now the scriptures say debate thy cause, right? But the problem also with the do as thou wilt spirit, the do as I want to do, or let me hear you out, or hear everybody out, hear everybody out. Now you got men, little boys wanting to be girls. That's what that's taking us to. You get what I'm saying? That free spanking. Now everybody do what they want. All right, go ahead. It's destroying what Trump say, the nuclear household, the nuclear family. Go ahead.
Verse
Real quick,
10.
this is the last part. This is the point. You said that fear. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them, and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another.
Right.
Because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
These are two prophets, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Back during the times of King David, we tortured these nations, man. We kept them under the law. They were forced to keep righteous laws. Go ahead and read, brother. Read.
Verse 11.
Read real quick.
And after 3 days and a half.
After 350 years, now we got the truth, but we couldn't read. They didn't allow us to read. But how do we get this truth? Go ahead, brother.
And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them.
Now we got life. Now the spirit has entered into us. We waking up. Go ahead.
And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them.
Yeah, back and
which
forth.
saw
Yeah. Now that we're standing upon our feet, it says what? What you said you felt earlier? Go ahead.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
One more time.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
So you're living prophecy right in front of our eyes. Great fear is falling upon people because they see this. Men with books instead of guns. That's the way the real power is at. You see that? That's power. All right, to stand out here in the way the Lord, the Creator, told us to do it. You see that? All right, go ahead. That's where the fear is at.
He got a precept going
Go
on
ahead.
with this.
Yeah, I want to show you why you're feeling that. You know, it's strange. Our salvation. It's strange to people because they looking at, they think it's going to happen.
I spoke up, I was fine.
Huh?
The second I spoke up, I felt fine afterwards. I know you guys are cool. I didn't know what was going on.
I mean, we would put you in slavery if we had the chance to.
That's right.
No, I don't want to. I'm saying though, like we cool. No, I'm saying we cool. Like if I work with you, I'll be like, "What's up, man?" But when that day
Nowadays, I mean, it's different than it was back then.
Yeah,
It's not the same level of construct.
Yeah, right. So when all
Wait,
different time periods, man.
Wait, say that again.
It's a different level of construct.
Okay, explain that real quick.
Well, you talk about the Mormon Church. There's black people in the Mormon Church. There's white people in the Mormon
Yeah,
Church.
yeah.
And then in Christianity, there's black people in Christianity. Everyone's everywhere.
Everybody else stuck in all these different religions.
It's not separated based off of what we look like anymore.
Not anymore, yeah.
What we believe.
Yeah, this ain't about that either. What you look like. Truth. I don't know what you are. I'm just messing with you as far as slavery thing. You could be one of these people through Irish, through England, but
Right. And that's fine.
you just never know, you know. But if you're not,
Right.
ooh, it's gonna be bad, man. And that's our job to tell you the bad news. But it's our job.
What's my job? To listen.
Our job is to tell our people the good news. And if they don't listen, they're gonna be destroyed. 2/3 of our people. But if you don't choose to listen, it's cool. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, or you can prepare to go to war against your Hawashai. You're gonna lose horribly.
Or you can accept your fate.
And some people say, "Hey, man, you supposed to come over here and bow down." I ain't into all that. It would do nothing for me.
Neither am I, but
You know what I'm saying? Some people are like, "Yeah, let's read the scripture, get them to bow down to it." This is what you can do. For what? I'd rather tell you the truth that we went into slavery. Imagine that. Imagine that in the Roman Empire, right? We had a status. You know, it was a common era, so anybody can kind of black, so-called black people.
Israel.
Okay.
I can say Israel.
That's right there is where I'm confused.
No.
That right there is where I'm confused because you talk about we as a whole, but then you say we.
Yeah.
You're not referring to we. You're referring to difference.
Yeah.
That's
He's
what
saying
you're
we
referring
as
to.
a nation of people.
I'm saying the nation of people. We're nations on this earth.
So what am I?
Look, you would be
Caucasian,
considered.
white,
It's cool.
English.
No.
I mean Dutch.
Maybe you're
Mutt,
Ain't that crazy, right? They lied to us about all them names.
Who's they?
People that rule this nation.
We don't go
Who's the
through
people that rule this nation?
Huh?
And
Who's the
these
people that rule this nation?
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Caucasian,
Right here.
Edomite.
Caucasian white people?
No, say look, we're getting out of here. Yo. Hey, look,
I'm
check.
just asking questions.
Yeah, no, I want to answer them for you. Now, are you white?
Am I?
I mean, come on, man.
Am I?
Are you? You don't know your color. You don't, if you're looking at your color of your skin, are you white? Like this?
I'm a little tan right now.
What
box
color?
would you check on the application?
Oh, definitely Caucasian.
All right.
There you go. Definitely. Definitely.
So just like that.
So wait.
Oh, okay. He
The
want to be
same
he want
note,
to play
the
now.
application asked the question, right?
Huh?
The application asked the question. I ain't asked the question. You asked the question.
Yeah, fair enough. So
So you're
Yeah,
putting
no,
me on
if-
the spot asking me that same question.
yeah. So now, black. Are we black?
Are you?
You know what? I'm gonna move on if we ain't building it in any dialect.
Right. I mean,
All right?
that's
Because you asked me a question, I want to show you. So because of that,
That's
you're
why I'm in fear because I don't think.
okay. I won't ask you more questions. I'll just tell you. You're an Edomite.
Okay.
That's y'all right there. Y'all the biblical nation of Edom.
Okay.
The word Edom means what? Red. Y'all were born red. You don't have any pigmentation in your skin. That's what you were born as, and you have red
I
hair.
was white.
But you're not. Unless you're colorblind and you see everything white.
Black.
And just like we're not
This
black.
is where I walk away.
Yeah, peace. You could have been to that, man. You could have been to that.
This is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 15.
Right.
It says, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. So anybody that's foolish, they're right in their own eyes and their own mind.
Yeah,
you know,
come get it. Come get it.
you know what I'm saying? They're right in their own eyes.
Yeah, come get it.
They're right in their own mind. But when it comes down to anybody that really wants to learn, they're going to hearken unto the counsel. They're going to hearken unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. They're going to hearken unto his name. I mean, they're going to listen. They're going to sit and learn. They're not going to have preconceived ideas already in their mind.
Right.
But when you're foolish, you already think you're right. You already think that you have some kind of stance and that you have an argument or whatever. But then when you open your mouth, in goes your foot, and then you get rebuked by the scriptures of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So it is what it is. We have this frequently here in Babylon. We got a lot of people that know, you know what? Everybody in America, they know everything about everything, but they don't do no research. They don't do no research, but they know everything about everything. But then when you start talking to them, you start speaking to them, you start lining them up with the measuring tool, you find out like instead of them, they pretending like they're right angle, but then you find out they obtuse. You know, they're not straight. So again, according to Proverbs, a fool is right in his own eyes.
This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And that's what's going to happen to Edom, this nation, America, and the heathen, and the 2/3 of our people that are in league with them, because of the vengeance and the violence and the bloodshed and the wicked philosophies that they have pushed upon the face of this earth. Just like that man who was standing right here, he had the spirit of confusion and of wickedness. Hey man, are you what? Am I? Oh, are you? That's just you just come in here just to cause confusion. There's no right way about that type of that manner of thinking.
Like, speak on saying let your yeas be yeas and your nays be nays. So anything outside of that is contention, is confusion, is being the devil, playing semantics.
Right. The scriptures say that the name of the Lord is dreadful amongst the heathen. We were causing him dread. He didn't like that. He wanted to go.
He said it. He said out of his mouth, you know, this just scares me. He was standing up here for a good little bit. He standing up for like almost 25, 30 minutes. And within that time, you don't have the cognitive dissonance to understand, oh, these guys are clearly reading Bibles. All right, the signs line up. Okay, so they talk about being Israel. We have the signs. So it doesn't take much intelligence to see what we doing, see what we're about. But even then, with all that, he said, I'm in fear. That just shows the spirit that he's in.
Well, you want to put him in fear, read the Bible.
Subconsciously, deep down in his soul, he knew he was an Edomite, and that him by seeing the prophets out here on the highways and the byways, prophesying the downfall of the sinful kingdom, he knew that his kingdom was coming to an end, man. You know that end is here. You know, that's why it seems dreadful among us. Right. And also, am I? He don't want to admit that I didn't say it. They did. It don't matter who said it. Hey, shit, whatever your spirit read, that's what you gonna be, man. That's what you gonna be put at, whether on the left or the right, man.
That true fear came from so-called black men speaking with authority, right? And the message being spoken wasn't clear to him because anything that deals with authority normally comes from them, because they're the ones that are ruling right now. So the fact of the matter that this was an organized setup, right? Spiritually set up by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and it was well put together, and he saw the foundation. That's what brought the fear. Because it couldn't be broken up, even with the semantics that he tried to play. You get what I'm saying? Just think if we were a younger camp, right? And he's playing semantics, and we get all frustrated, and then everybody talking all over everybody, he wouldn't have felt the fear. The fear came from the well-stripped and organized foundation which we stand under, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And he could not understand the message because he understood the message was not for him.
That's why, just to add on to what the bishop's saying, that's why he said, he wanted to know whether the message is for him or not for him. He wanted to know whether to go or walk away or whether to stay. You know, that's what the word was doing to him. It was pulling at him and cutting him up.
Sounds like something a slave would say.
So when the elder drew that line in the sand and said, "We stand on this side. Look where you stand at." And then them scriptures started coming out. He's like, "Oh, I don't want to be on that side." He think walking away means that line in the sand ain't still there. Oh, it's still there. It's still there, and you still on that side of it.
Man, still there too.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. You know, backing up the statement that the bishop made. You know, a man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. You know, going back into the times like Yahushua, when Yahushua came up and he was preaching with authority. You know, and the people was murmuring, asking, who is him with this doctrine preaching with such authority? And they hate us the same way because we teach with that same authority as our big brother Yahushua. We come out here with these garments and these scriptures, and we make damn top Jewish rabbis and scholars walk past with their head down because they can't debate us with the scriptures, because it was given it to the seed line and the sons of Jacob. It wasn't given to all the other nations to be able to interpret in the first place. So they need to put the Bible down, pick up the sword, go outside and rape, rob, and pillage. fulfill their blessing while they can.
Yeah, we're gonna be a two-time loser.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she on some other stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? She read the scriptures, but she on some other stuff. But even she said out of her mouth, she's like, how the heck do you be, she said, what you call them, Edomites? Well, how you be them people and you be a bum on the streets? She's like, it's like a glitch in the matrix. It doesn't make any sense. How you, they are really two-time losers, man. Like, how you not living it up at these times and you an Edomite? It don't make no sense.
That proves that they the base of men, and some of them just keep that title that they've been blessed with to be the damn basis of men, the lowest. Go ahead, brother.
This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow. That's the bones and underneath the flesh. You feel it. And is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. You know, so the Lord put on your mind what to think and what to dwell on. All right, and not Esau. He's gonna be dwelling in fear. He's gonna be meditating on all the things that he have heard today. You know, from the brothers, from the elders, from the brothers, from the elders. All right, which was his judgment. All right, because it's from the Lord, man.
Yeah, he's gonna be having nightmares.
He's a marked man. Once you hear his word, you mark for salvation, or you mark for judgment, man. Or you playing 50-50, lukewarm until the Lord decide for you.
And it doesn't matter how you hear it, whether you're standing in front of us or standing up or sitting off in the cut. You know, the fact that you hear this word, that mark is upon you. I ain't pointing at nobody, but you know.
I got a precept. This is Jeremiah 51:5. Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel.
Right. Our people say, wherein has thou loved us? You know, and these nations, they think God is not with us, but God is with us. He just chastened us like his child. They see us getting whooped, so they think God doesn't love us. So they join in and start, yeah, I kick your ass too. Oh, Lord, like, nah, I'm gonna whip your ass next.
You know what?
Yeah, for laughing. Yeah.
Quick testimony. I actually lived that in real life. Cause when we moved out of the hood into the suburbs, my mama act like we still live in the hood, so she'll beat my behind outside in front of everybody, right? And I actually had one of my friends actually say, like, you want to come move in with us? Because your mom clearly doesn't love you for her to do. My mom would never do me like that. It was an Edomite. So, right. So he felt like my mom didn't love me because I was bad. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was bad. So she had to let me have it to set a standard, right? And that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushai does. That's doing to us. And these nations don't understand that. So they feel like that. They really feel like we the scum of the earth because of the position that we in right now. But think about it. We are at our greatest point, right? Because this is the point that we need to be in order for the Most High to show how much He loves us, man.
And another example is like what 2/3 of our people, they'll walk across this truth because they actually think that the Lord, where's thou loved us, like the book of Malachi. Right. So they'll walk past this truth. They'll scoff. They don't give a care. But look at Esau. Esau cared. He really walked off with like a hurt about him. Like, mad. Because you know the Lord is not for him.
Right.
Deep down in his subconscious.
Yep. That's what the Lord said there. If we were sent to these heathen nations, they would listen. If we said, yo, you're a child of God. He loves you. He'd be like, I knew it.
He's going into slavery. You're going down.
Crying or some shit.
Verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off for her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. And that's what's going on. We just marked this man. We just told this man basically the judgment him and his people have coming. We're trying to reach out to our people, and that's the job that we're out here to do. But the Lord is ultimately going to render a recompense unto these heathen nations, the ways of this world, and the 2/3 of our people. So you want to be on the right side of the line that the brothers were talking about earlier.
Right. He said we are servants to the Lord. We are prisoners for Yahweh Shai. He said what? His burden is easy and his yoke is light. So he said all we got to do is come out here and just do this work teach our people, keep the laws to the best of our ability, pray without ceasing, and carry that all the way to the end. Stay spiritually moral, you know, and stay godly all the way to the end, man. And that's something that's within you. That's something they can't take from you. He ain't say keep a certain balance in your physical bank account. You gotta have $200 for the day of destruction. Just rap IUIC.
Hey, destruction cabinet people showing that. Hey, this is my statement right here. I got the 200.
Just get it.
And that's the standard that's being set. But cause think about it, you're gonna have a yoke upon you while you on this prison planet, man. So the Lord like, hey, take my yoke, because my yoke is, the Lord's yoke is safety, man. It's safety and peace. But the yoke of Esau is nothing but destruction and turmoil, man. Have you chasing behind something that don't even exist?
Right, and it makes you his servant. It makes you the Father's servant. Once you wear that yoke, a yoke represents captivity and servitude. But the Lord said what? He's prisoners of hope. He said his servants shall eat. And what's coming? A famine. You know? His servants shall drink. Where the drought at? Right here in America, it's a drought upon the waters. But when everybody gets scared, who they want to call on? Jeebus, which is basically the devil's name. See that? That hit him right there.
Oh,
you a dirty motherfucker.
We at the Lord's table. We eating of His word. We eating of that bread. We eating that whole roll, and we getting that living water right now.
Right.
We in that famine, in the famine to come as well.
Right. Hey, this is precept real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalm 72:4. He shall judge the poor of the people, man. And who's the poor of the people? Revelation 2:9. Let's get that real quick. Who's the poor? We're the poor. The nation of Israel is the poor nation.
This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty.
Right.
But thou art rich.
Right. See that? So the Lord said he knows our work and our tribulation and our poverty. But we're really the rich ones. You see that? Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan.
Right, man. They go your what's that dude? What's that devil name over there in Israel? Netanyahu.
Yeah.
You know, all these devils that's running for office over there, that got our land, that's bringing abominations to our land. They got Pink City over there.
Yeah.
All kind of idolatry, sacrificing black sheep and black pigs and shit. Murder. LGBT, you know, V. It says what? Psalm 72:4. He shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy. And shall break in pieces the oppressor. So who's our oppressor? And when we were in slavery, the slave used to say a Hebrew word named massa. Massa. Massa means what? Oppressor. All right, they didn't call him master, they call him massa, which means oppressor. So the Lord said he's gonna break in pieces the oppressor. All right? And what the Lord is starting with is what? Breaking up their kingdom. If Satan be divided against Satan, you know that it has an end. And in the kingdom, the Lord gonna break them with a rod of iron.
Yep. Okay, this is book of 1 Timothy 6:3. And the reason I bring this scripture is because as we hear, you know, to call the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native America, we hear too to revoke this freaking devil, to let them know who they are, you know? So 1 Timothy 6:3, if any man teach otherwise and consent not to hold some words, even the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and to the doctrine which is according to the godliness.
Yep, good. Yep, and that dude look like a Roman.
He is proud, knowing nothing, but doing about question and strife of words, whereof come envy, strife, railings, evil, surmising.
That's exactly what he did too. What am I? Are you? Is that a tree? Is it? Are you breathing? Am I?
Hey, check this out though. Check this out. That just shows that our people following the footsteps of Esau. Who else did that same thing?
Oh boy.
Goldilocks.
Yeah.
What's considered law?
Right, yeah.
You know? So our people fall in the same footsteps as this devil, man. Wanting to be like this devil. They know they only know about doing wickedness. They don't know about doing good. Because this looks wicked to 2/3 of our people. And this is our only foundation. This is our only way out of this place. But it looks evil to our people, man. 2/3 of our people slap.
Yeah, Esau, and Jake don't want us to say nothing because they want to keep Esau off their ass.
Yeah.
Right.
We living good. Why you trying to make Master mad? Now he gonna get all of us. Guess what? Yahweh Shai gonna get him. Yahweh Shai gonna be the final one that laid the whole law. All the crowns gonna be placed upon his head.
Yep. Well, that's what the scripture said. They laid down, man. And look where it got them. Our people love the enemy, and look where it got them. Look at who they love. They love Esau. Look at how Esau shows their love. That's how they show their love, man. Esau is abusive.
So even his tender mercies is wicked or something like that.
Yeah. It's just like a woman getting beat up by her husband or boyfriend or whatever, and you be the brother that go try to save her, and then she turn around and try to fight you. That's how 2/3 of our people live. Boy, they love them some Esau. They want to hold hands and pray.
This is Joshua going into that man's sphere. This is Joshua chapter 2, verse 10, and this is what's the name? Rahab. This is Rahab when 2 scouts from Joshua's camp came into a city. It says, "For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites that were on the other side Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt, neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord, Yahweh, your power, he is power in heaven above and in earth beneath." And that's what that man subconsciously felt. He felt the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua over here. All right. And he's going, and everyone else is going to be in the same fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua once they see these prophecies once they see these prophecies start to really kick off, and once they see Yahushua come out, once the dollar collapses, once fear is going to be pushed in this realm by Esau, ultimately by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because he's going to let everyone know in this place that he exists.
All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, back at 51, verse 25. All right, it says, "Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord. It says, which destroyeth all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and rule thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain." Hey, what mountain Esau from? The Caucasus Mountains?
Mount Seir.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not the Caucasus.
Oh, she lucky. But I was just bringing the point out that the Lord said he's against thee. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about how he said, Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Lord is making the separation of who he loved and who he hate. But he said he's going to destroy, all right, that wicked mountain, man. Shalaki. It says what? It says which said the Lord, which destroys all the earth. Because what? Esau is the ultimate waster, man. He's a waster that destroys everything, man. He's just destroying the crops of the earth. You know what I'm saying? He's just destroying our people, two-thirds of our people. You know what I'm saying? He's just a total polluted nation, man. It needs to be wiped off this earth, man. Because of what? They cankering and destroying the Lord's world, man. Shalom.
Yep, until they be taken out of the way.
All right, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 15. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again.
So look, he been raping, pillaging, and stealing. He's gonna swallow the resources, the riches of the United States or whatever you want to call it, and everywhere else you go, stealing everything. But Yahweh Shai say he's gonna spit it all up. Continue.
Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. You say skip 20. Yeah, all right, this is on Job. I'm gonna chapter 20, and I'm gonna skip down to 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired.
He think he finna create a new system, a new way of being, a new order of things. But Yahweh Shai is gonna destroy all that right when he get ready, when he's sitting down and eat.
He's gonna be on and popping just like they got.
Right, well, how they sitting down and eating? Everything that they've been preparing. They've been preparing for the new world order, a new system where they can bring in a satanic order upon this earth, a new system where they can control everybody through a form of digitization, and a new system where they can have full control of people and no privacy by anybody. Where they can forget taxation, they can just take your money. And they say cash is king. As long as you have cash, you can stash it under your bed or hide it somewhere, or make barter deals, or trade. But they want all of it. See that? So that's how they went to go fill their belly, getting it ready. But when they go to eat, then they bring in that martial law, or they shut down the economy and they push that CBDC as the IMF just issued out a new currency for the CBDC yesterday. And they're not talking about it nowhere on the news. The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, they established the CBDC for all banks. If they choose to go into CBDC, they'll have a new open line of credit. Excuse the devil back here.
That's like a proposition. That's kind of like a thing for the banks. Like, hey,
they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna and then they're gonna then they're gonna use fear and push them right into their market.
Come to the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 18. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors, right? And that's just what it's going to be like. The brother's bringing out the precept where he shall think that he going to fill his belly. He going to sit down at his new world order table. You know what I'm saying? The Lord set his foot in slippery places. He, take the analogy of a man climbing a mountain. And you know what I'm saying? He got ice and stuff up there. You see what I'm saying? Take one step and then you got us at the bottom of that mountain watching this devil climb high. You know what I'm saying? Trying to set his nest among the stars, via Space Force. And guess what the Lord gonna do at his return? Knock his Space Force down. So we sitting down here watching this nigga climb up a mountain and the Lord set his foot in slippery places. He gonna fall. You see what I'm saying? Trying to...
It's like even more so, while Esau's climbing that mountain with harsh terrain and ice picks and shit like that, we're gonna be in the hand of the Lord, just lifting us up. That's it, just setting us on the top of the mountain.
Man, yeah, that's what it is. This devil trying to set up his enterprise, but the Lord gonna come and hit him with that gut punch as soon as he about to fill his belly. He gonna throw up everything, all those riches that he heaped up, all those troubles that he heaped up for the last days, man.
All right, this is back at the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 21. There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his significance, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
And that's what we're saying now. All eyes is on America as, the enemy. All eyes are on America.
Yeah, the Lord says he shall make America a gazing stock, man.
Come on. All eyes is looking at them like, puffed up, like we got weapons like you got weapons.
Also looking at them like, what you finna do next,
Like
what's your next move?
Like Debo ain't the bully of the block no more. Everybody got a brick in their hand. Throw it at that man.
Con. Hey, look, listen. Hey, Russia the Craig, man. And after everybody seen Craig stand up, Craig stand up against Debo. Everybody else came in with that brick. Get ready to take
When Ezel took his shoes.
Hey, coming through from the feet.
Hey, North Korea don't take American shoes. Be like,
The statue. 10 toes.
Hey, and what's called got his necklace back too. Come on, give it. They ain't got a cheap son of him.
When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
While he eating. Well, he got all these jakes caught up in these concentration camps. That's when the Lord gonna rain fire upon this place. when they try to hide in their bunkers. You see that? All right.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right. So is the Lord not merciful? The Lord is merciful, but he can distribute that mercy wherever he chooses. And the Lord's going to be merciful on us, the ones that were put into slavery, the ones that's been getting killed in the street by the police. We the ones that need mercy, not them. You know what I'm saying? They don't need no mercy.
Verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Right, so they said the Gentiles shall cling unto them, right? And that goes with Revelation 1 and 16. We say to the Jew first and then the Gentile. The Jew first meant when the Lord showed up on the scene, he was sent to teach the foundation first with Peter and them. And then the rest of the Gentiles, which was established through Paul. So first through the Jews that knew they were Jews, called the circumcision, and then to the uncircumcision, the Israelites that didn't know they were Israelites. You see that? So they're the ones that's today going to cling unto their own, cling unto their like.
And bring them to their place.
Right, so that when the day comes, the nation of Israel is going to take them and bring them to their place. Why? Because those elites going to be hiding in bunkers. You see that? Their plan is to hide in the bunkers, come back out, and still be ruling. But now they're going to open up the door